Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a piece from March 25th, 2026 that explores something most of us have felt but rarely questioned, the actual biological reality behind our love for dogs. If you've ever felt that instant rush of happiness when a dog greets you like you've been gone for decades, even if you literally just went outside for 5 minutes to check the mail, we're going to show you exactly why that happens. It's not just your imagination. There is profound, hard science at work here. You know that feeling, right? That sensory joy of walking through the front door and seeing a wagging tail waiting for you after a long, stressful day. It feels absolutely great. But here is the big question our source text poses. Are dogs actually therapeutic, or do we just really, really love them? It's so easy to write off our affection for our pets as just a warm, fuzzy emotional feeling. But we want to know if there's more to it. Does the science actually prove that canine companionship is a genuine, measurable wellness solution for the human body and mind? To answer that, we're going to break this explainer down into 4 parts. First, defining what a therapeutic dog actually is. Second, the science of stress. Third, the mind and body benefits. And finally, the reality and responsibilities. Okay, let's jump right into section 1, defining therapeutic dogs, and what therapeutic actually means. When our source text says therapeutic, it's talking about actively improving your emotional, mental, or physical health. And this operates on a really wide spectrum. On one far end, sure, you have structured, formal roles. Think of highly trained therapy animals visiting hospital patients, or certified emotional support animals helping individuals navigate specific daily challenges. Those are incredible. But here's the crucial takeaway. Your dog doesn't need to wear a formal vest to be therapeutic. Everyday dogs, the ones sleeping on your couch right now, provide massive, scientifically backed benefits simply by being a consistent part of your daily life. The therapeutic value is literally baked right into their companionship. Moving right along to section 2, the science of stress, where we are uncovering the biological breakdown. This is where it gets incredibly cool. We're talking about an entirely different species that can literally hack our internal nervous system to change our chemistry. The science documents that interacting with dogs actively drops your cortisol levels. Cortisol is your body's primary stress hormone, the stuff that makes you feel anxious and on edge. At the exact same time, interaction lowers your blood pressure and your heart rate. But it doesn't just lower the bad stuff, it actually increases oxytocin. That's the powerful hormone associated with calmness, love, and bonding. It is an instant, measurable chemical rebalancing happening right beneath your skin just by being near a dog. And what makes this so accessible is that you don't have to do anything complicated to activate this biology. The source explicitly points out that even the simplest actions, like just petting a dog or literally just sitting quietly in a room with them, actively create a calming effect on your nervous system. Dogs respond to your tone, your physical presence, and your consistency without an ounce of judgment. That lack of judgment is the secret sauce. You don't have to perform for them or pretend you're having a great day when you aren't. It's a completely grounding interaction that meets you exactly where you are. Because think about it, dogs don't care about your looming work deadlines, your social pressures, or your inbox. Their pure, non-judgmental companionship translates directly into reduced feelings of loneliness, way better moods, and a significantly greater sense of purpose and routine. The source notes that this is profoundly supportive for folks living alone, those experiencing grief, or people actively managing anxiety and depression. When you're deeply anxious, human interaction can sometimes feel, well, demanding. A dog, though, they don't demand explanations. They just offer their quiet presence. All right, let's look at section 3, mind and body benefits, and the holistic ripple effect. Now, the source makes a very important distinction here. While dogs are incredibly recognized as incredible companions for mental health challenges, they aren't replacements for professional medical care. But man, they are incredibly powerful complements to it. Notice how they naturally force you to maintain daily routines? You got to get up to feed them or walk them, even on days when you kind of just want to hide under the covers. They provide literal grounding during anxiety or panic episodes by being a warm, physical presence you can focus on. They offer profound emotional stability, acting as this constant anchor in an otherwise chaotic world. And here's how it all connects. Those mental routines we just talked about directly fuel your physical health through a total domino effect. Regular walks mean you naturally get increased physical activity without the dread of forcing yourself to go to the gym. Mandatory outdoor time just gets you into the sunlight and fresh air, which improves your overall well-being and your circadian rhythm. For a lot of dog owners, this completely transforms exercise from being a chore into a shared, joyful activity. You aren't just working out, you're out exploring the neighborhood with your best friend. Okay, wait, this is absolutely my favorite takeaway from the text. This biological magic we've been discussing, it's a two-way street. When you interact positively with a dog, it isn't just you reaping the rewards. Both humans and dogs experience those exact same oxytocin spikes. The source notes that the shared chemical reaction perfectly mirrors the hormone associated with bonding between human parents and their newborn children. When you look into your dog's eyes and they look back, both of your brains are releasing the exact same bonding chemical. That beautifully explains why the relationship feels so incredibly deep and family-like. So let's bring it back down to earth for Section 4, Reality and Responsibilities. The reality check. The source poses a totally fair question. Are all dogs therapeutic? Honestly? Compatibility is absolutely essential here. Not every dog is a perfect fit for every person. A super high-energy dog that requires intense, rigorous daily activity might bring boundless joy to an avid runner. But that exact same dog, it could create absolute stress and frustration for someone who prefers a quiet indoor routine. Choosing a companion whose energy levels actually match your own reality is the only way to ensure the relationship is beneficial for both of you. We definitely have to weigh the costs against those incredible benefits. Dogs are a massive daily responsibility. You're investing significant time and care every single day. You have to commit financially for their food and vet care. You absolutely must ensure proper training because honestly, an untrained dog can actually inject a tremendous amount of new stress into your life. Ultimately, bringing a dog into your world works best when you are also actively building your own healthy personal habits to support them. So remember this grounding point. As wonderful as they are, dogs should never be relied on as your sole source of emotional support. They are a brilliant complement to your own healthy habits, your human relationships, and professional care when you need it. Think of them as a vital, incredible piece of a much larger wellness puzzle. They fit perfectly into a broader lifestyle of health. They aren't the entire puzzle themselves. To bring this all full circle today, there's a quote from the source text I want to leave you with, because it just perfectly captures the simplicity of the bond we've been looking at. Sometimes therapy looks like a wagging tail, a quiet presence, and a reminder that you're never truly alone. It isn't always clinical or taking place in a doctor's office. Sometimes it is just pure, silent connection right there in your living room. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Beyond the wagging tail, how could the silent, biological support of a dog reshape your daily wellness routine? Think about how those invisible oxytocin spikes and moments of grounding might actually apply to your own mental health and day-to-day life. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and we'll catch you next time.